Hello, welcome to another episode of the Wrasslin Room. My name is Laf, not famous, and I'm here with the wonderful Lysha and we are here to talk about some wrestling, man. Now, first things first, Night of Champions is on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think, along with SmackDown, which Lysha had to remind me because I did not. I keep forgetting that they do that like that last SmackDown in Saudi Arabia as well. But yeah. I'm happy that all of the wrestlers, all the production people, everyone got there safely as far as I know. I didn't hear any terrible news, so that's good. Um, Hope all of you are staying safe as well, staying close to your loved ones and stuff. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. You know, a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. So as long as you're safe and healthy, that's all that matters. Very very hopeful that the superstars and all the production people and everyone who's involved in the crowd as well, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. Um Gets to the show, all the shows of the weekend, um, safe and unharmed, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie to you. If we're being honest here,
Yo,
you know what I'm
shut all
saying?
that shit up. Welcome to the Wrasslin Room. It's your girl, Lysha Maurice.
How would you cut me off? I'm
I'm
having a
just
moment
trying to
here.
figure out what he would do if I pressed record and got up and left. And it seems to me he went the politician route over here. How is everyone doing
I didn't even finish what I was saying.
on this lovely week?
See what happens, y'all? She tells me to start the podcast. I start the podcast and she cuts me off and just starts hollering. Like, you see, I'm trying to have a moment with the people. Here come you.
I set you up is what I did.
Why you want to set me up all the time? We on the same
I mean,
team. See, you can't even
I did do what I say I was gonna do. I just came back, but I also wanted to say hello to everyone. So I told you to shut that shit up.
You couldn't have waited.
No,
You couldn't have waited until I
no. The point was to cut you off.
finished my thought.
No.
Anyway, before a rude black person interrupted me, I what? See, I can hear what you were saying.
What did you say?
I'm not saying gonna say that.
What? What do you mean?
I thought you were trying to say something, but you stopped.
I didn't say anything. My fan is blowing directly on me,
Oh.
so if my Discord lights up, that's what it is. Yeah.
To me, I wouldn't have had them niggas go to Saudi Arabia at all. As soon as I got the thought that there was gonna be some danger, we definitely would have relocated that shit. You know what I'm saying? I give a damn about a $600 million fucking contract. I know they got a whole bunch of money. I would have took them niggas somewhere else because fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But money talks. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna give away that money. All the big guys, Roman, Cena, Punk, they all gonna get a big paycheck. Well, not Roman. He ain't gonna be there probably. All the main eventers, they're gonna get a big paycheck. You know. Um, that's really all they did for it. This company it's they've always been like that, you know what I'm saying? Tribute to the troops. I think that was like in the middle of a war in like Iraq or some shit, and Vince was like, "Oh, you gotta do it." He did the whole shit. They did the whole show talking about we need to be the thing that puts a smile on their face. I'm like, bro, there's mad things going on. You worry about some damn Rey Mysterio with some camouflage pants through a 619 The Big Show, like
Jesus.
no, bro.
Okay.
You thought, I don't know. Some listeners, I don't know. If y'all were watching back then, the Tribute to the Troop show,
It
if
was
you think
on
Crown
an
Jewel and stuff
active
like that,
military base. Like they were actively in the middle of a fucking war in WWE. So we about to do some flips, dips, and tricks.
If you think that shit, if you think the Saudi Arabia shit isn't canon, there was nothing storyline based happening in the Tribute to the Troops. They were just matches. It was just matches doing matches, and then everyone would jump in the crowd. The good guys will always win. And then John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Maria were jumping the crowd and like crowd surf, and then the show would be over. But I remember I only have like good memories from that. I only have good memories from the Tribute to the Troop show. Weirdly enough, you know what I'm saying? And they added the arena in like some of the video games as well, so that was cool. I don't know what game it was, but I think it was like
Cena
2011
never
or some
served
shit.
in the
But
army. He was fooling all of you.
first of all, John Cena compromised.
That didn't happen. Stop saying it. It
He
didn't
did.
happen. That's a lie.
He announced. No, it did. It did. It did. You know what I'm saying? He announced it. Why would he lie to me? We all saw it. If you watched Extreme Rules, you saw him do.
But
He announced it for everybody.
But he didn't do
So
it. You treat it as if he did
anyway,
it.
because he did.
He did not kill Osama bin Laden.
Yes, he did. Him and Tony. So you don't even know about Tony. Oh God. Anyway, man.
I just want you to like stop, like being delusional.
I'm not delusional.
You sure?
I'm not delusional at all.
Are you
Yes,
sure?
I know what John Cena said. He went out there. He announced it. I remember. I was there. You can put crickets all you want. Damn. That's my go. Damn it. Give a fuck. Anyway, Night of Champions. Speaking of the GOAT, he has a match tomorrow against CM Punk in the main event for the WWE Championship. I don't know why she's putting crickets. That's the only exciting match on that damn card, to be honest with you. Not a
I don't care
champion,
about
so you
neither
got
of
two
those men.
champions defending
So
the belts. Mm-hmm.
I don't care about neither of those men. That's why I put the crickets.
It's gonna be a good match though. You won't like that match.
That's
I think
fine.
you'll
It
like
should
it.
have been at SummerSlam. It shouldn't be in Saudi Arabia. They don't deserve that match.
It
Therefore, I
definitely
don't
is a
care because
SummerSlam
I'm
match.
not going to be there. So
I think they might have a Cody Punk and Cena triple threat at SummerSlam.
no one asked for that.
I'm just saying that I think that's even though Cody winning the King of the Ring probably would entail he gets a one-on-one match, but hey, rules don't matter in this company. They be just doing shit to fit the story. So I mean, hey, I think this is going to be Cena's best wrestling match that we've seen since he turned heel. Punk has injected so much energy into this heel turn, and like him or not, that's what CM Punk does. He just adds a realness factor to it. Huh?
Before we do that, I want to discuss the fact that Night of Champions ain't got no champions on it. That's what I want to discuss.
I told you, there's only two champions.
Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles. We talked about the card, what was the card, last week on the show, and we all know card is subject to change, right? Well, Monday, the motherfuckers changed that shit. One of the two of them said, I ain't fucking going. I don't think Dom is faking an injury either, but one of the two of them said, I'm not fucking going. You also, again, you have mid-card titles, women's mid-card titles. You have tag team championships, and the only belts that are being defended on this card is the WWE Championship and the Men's US Championship. Night of Champions. Not. Let me go look at past Night of Champion cards and see how many motherfucking champions.
But don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
Was on Night of Champions. Let's look at this.
There hasn't been a sustainable Night of Champions since 2009.
Seth Rollins wins the new World Heavyweight Championship. That was a tournament that ended right then and there. Let's see. Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. Asuka defeats Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. You notice how I done said 3 championships already, right? You have the Women's SmackDown Championship being defended. Rhea Ripley defeats Natalya. That's 4, isn't it? Then you have the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships being defended. That was when KO and Sami Zayn went against Roman and Solo, and then Jimmy kicked Roman all up inside his head. So the last Night of Champions, which I believe this was 2023, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 titles, and out of the 5, one of them was the end of a tournament to become the new of a title that they were bringing back in, since they gave Roman every title under the sun and merged them together. So what the fuck happened to this card? That's what I want to talk about. What happened here? Where are the champs at?
Well, Triple H hates the women's mid-card belts and the tag team belts. So there's your answer for those four.
Why is Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax having a last woman standing match on SmackDown instead of at Night of Champions?
Why is Nia getting a championship shot again? Let's talk about that.
No, no,
That's
no,
even
no, 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 no,
worse.
no, no, no. That's not again. I don't think they ever had. She never had her rematch. That's what she was calling for.
If,
I digress. Not really my business. Don't give a shit. This is about the titles not being defended. The New Day, y'all are about to have a match on fucking Monday Night Raw instead of at Night of Champions. The Street Profits is about to have a match with the Wyatt Six on SmackDown instead of at Night of fucking Champions. The women's tag teams titles are in limbo until they figure out how to introduce Raquel and Roxanne doing the fucking Freebird shit, and then them becoming the women's tag teams, and then that shit's gonna end up getting taken off of them any fucking way. Then you have, for whatever ungodly reason, Becky and Bayley just had a fucking IC title match on Raw. That could have been that Night of Champions. What are we doing? Y'all about to have Zelina and Julia freaking stare at each other intensely. That could have happened that where Night of Champions. Like I'm not understanding. And then EO Sky don't have she ain't got nobody that she can even poke in the eye. Like what are we doing? I'm confused.
the problem, you know what the problem is too? They do this stuff on SmackDown and then they forget it. Because again, in Tiffany's case, we already went through this already. We already went through this Nia Jax paradox already. So that's where my level of confusion started. If Tiffany's gonna have a match at Night of Champions, it needs to be against someone else because they already went through the Nia Jax paradox. That's over with now. They're trying to get through the Naomi thing with the briefcase. You know what I'm saying? We already went through the whole. That's why it seemed like all right. It looked like they were starting to go towards Jade, and then
Okay,
I'm thinking, okay, maybe
that's
they
what
have
this
Jade
is.
do it.
Okay.
You said what?
I'm sorry. No, when I said they were staring at each other intensely, that's not a promo. They're actually going to have a women's U.S. Championship match on fucking SmackDown.
That's what I'm saying. Tiffany only defends the belt on SmackDown. She only defended it once on SmackDown against Nia when they
I
went.
wasn't talking about Tiffany Stratton at all. I was talking about Zelina Vega.
I, Zelina, you know, Zelina ain't gonna get a match on the pay per view. Maybe ever. That's just the reality of it.
All right, so Backlash doesn't fucking exist, you know.
She's not gonna get consent. First of all, wait, what? Oh, wait. Now I'm trying to think.
Backlash in Puerto Rico
Backlash in Puerto Rico.
against Rhea Ripley.
Damn, that was a long time ago. I thought we were talking about Zelina being United States champion now, like defending the
No,
belt
but
on
you
a
said
pay per view
she's
against
never
women.
gonna get a match ever, and I just told you her having a match on a pay per view. That's
As
what I was
United States
disclosing.
champion, Zelina Vega is not going to get a championship match.
Chelsea Green didn't either. But it's called Night of fucking Champions. Put
You're
the
correct. That's
champions
what I'm
on the
saying. No
card.
one does. You know, no one's going to.
At this point, this just
Tiffany's
should have
not. She
they
defended.
should have named it King and Queen of the Ring again. Because doing Night of Champions and not having your champions do shit doesn't make any fucking sense. Excuse my
That's
French.
that's the problem that they keep running into because you've barely had Tiffany wrestle on SmackDown. She defended the belt against she defended the belt against Nia, beat Nia. She's been looking at Jade. Then they did like a tag match or some shit, and then we moved on. And Zelina is not going to defend that United States Championship on a pay per view for her entire run. Seeming her run might end tomorrow. And Julia may not. Lyra and Becky, it's kind of weird because Becky always has to get a pay-per-view match because Triple H loves her and reasons. But there's multiple people on this roster besides Tiffany and Zelina and Lyra and the Street Profits who just don't get pay-per-view matches, especially when you have a pay-per-view called All Your Champions Defend the Belts. But I have to watch Rhea and Raquel have a Monday Night Raw last match as if I give a fuck about their street fight. When that literally can be a match that you have on Raw if you're trying to build Raquel Rodriguez up to be a star again because you spent all this time making her weak and just tall. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff that they're doing tonight or tomorrow on Night of Champions could be done on SmackDown or on Raw. We have 3 hours to do all of this stuff,
The
and
thing
they just
is, I just don't
choose to do all
understand.
this stuff.
I just don't understand why we're having PLEs every 2 fucking weeks. That's annoying as fuck. First of all, that's one. 2, you're not building any stories for these PLEs. You're just throwing matches together that makes absolutely no fucking sense. And I've tried to follow the stories currently, but being that WrestleMania was so fucking bad, they just haven't recovered from that shit. And it's showing weekly. Everything is in limbo. Again, if y'all were gonna do Crown Jewel in Australia, we didn't have to have a Saudi show at all this year. Y'all could have skipped them. They would have been fine. They still have that big ass WWE exhibit out there that can't nobody fucking go to unless you take your ass over there. That has the Crown Jewel belts that can't nobody fucking see unless you go over there. Because what they gonna do about that? That belt is exclusive to Saudi Arabia. But you're having Crown Jewel in Australia. Huh? Like, none of what's going on, like the schedule, none of it makes any fucking sense.
When is Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel isn't until fucking October. Oh, and then that's it. Everything is being moved up a month or being pushed back a month. The Rumble was pushed a month. Elimination Chamber pushed a month. WrestleMania was placed at the end of the month. Then they got to figure out a way to slide freaking NXT, PLEs and shit. Saturday night's main event, because you got to fulfill that contract too. No house shows anymore, guys. Unless you live overseas. If that.
Oh yeah, they don't want to do those again for some reason.
They're taking away things that would make them money, since apparently that goddamn company that Vince sold them to ain't got no goddamn money. They should be doing fucking house shows, because that's how you recuperate, dummies. But what do I know? I'm just a fan with a microphone. Anyway, this fuck ass card. Let's see. Let's talk about the matches that were added, since we kind of talked about everything else last week. They added Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. As Laf mentioned earlier, there's Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. We discussed that last week. We now have the finalists of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. So we're gonna have Jade Cargill versus Asuka, and then Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Again, a match that Saudi Arabia does not deserve, which is Cody versus Randy. And then the Undisputed WWE Championship, which is another match that they don't deserve. I'm happy I'm gonna be at work tomorrow, and I'm gonna miss this. The show starts at 1:00. I go in at 3, so very happy I'm gonna miss this, because this is foolish. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a waste of spots where we can be building to SummerSlam, because you know what? We're gonna get to next month, and everything's gonna be rushed, because they still have to focus on building a card for Evolution in 2 fucking weeks. Mind you, NXT is doing a build for that, but they also have Great American Bash, which is the night before Evolution. What are y'all doing? Y'all are cramming way too much shit in at the same fucking time.
Hmm.
And I know these people are fucking exhausted. They're double taping Raw and SmackDown on Monday in Pittsburgh so that the wrestlers can have off 4th of July weekend. That's cool and all, guys. However, you have a pay-per-view that next fucking week. What are you gonna do?
What is that? Is that the Goldberg match?
I'm not talking about that. I'm
Is that
talking about
so?
Evolution. I don't give a fuck.
When's Saturday Night
I
Event?
don't give. It's that same weekend. So 4th of
Oh,
July.
nice.
4th of July is next weekend. The week after that is supposed to be Great American Bash, Saturday Night's Main Event, Evolution. Y'all don't have no time to build to this woman's pay-per-view that we've known about for fucking months. We've known about this shit since goddamn February, but y'all didn't officially announce it until like a week and a half ago. And the only thing that's being built up for that is happening on NXT. And it's gonna be fucking Nose versus Strong Lady. And also fucking Lash Legend out of being in Evolution in her hometown. You guys should be ashamed of y'all goddamn selves. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Y'all give everybody else their hometown match. I should have gave her hers. No, y'all know I love Jordan Grace down. But it ain't, no, that ain't it. She was supposed to get called up with the rest of everybody else that came in. I don't know why she's still in NXT. But here we are.
They don't want to call people up for real because if they did, they would. But they don't have enough room to do all that because they're busy doing whatever they're doing. Evolution's already fucked because Liv got hurt. So they had to rewrite the shit. They can't rewrite it now. They got to just start throwing shit together. They got to just start throwing shit together
I
because
feel
they don't
like
know what to do. Because once Liv got hurt, you don't have a contingency plan for the shit.
I
You
feel
have to have
like
an Evolution show with no Liv and no Bianca. That's tough.
I feel like I think her finger's fine, but I think that Sean is more organized than Hunter is, and that's a problem.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I think Triple H has too many people in there with him. I don't know who's helping Sean. I assume he's not doing it himself. I don't know, but
Well, I know
it
he's not
seems
doing it
like
by himself. Well, no, I can't say that. I know he's not. He might be doing it by himself because every other month there's a writer's position for NXT that comes up in my email through Full Sail. Give me the
yeah.
pen.
I mean,
Let me in. I'll bust that door down so fast.
I don't understand why like they were like this is NXT and this is WWE. Like they separated. Like aren't they the same thing? Like I listened to like some of the reports they do and they're like they'll talk about NXT as if it's not WWE. They'll like speak about WWE being the main roster and then they'll just say NXT as if it's like its own different promotion. And I don't understand that. Meanwhile, they call it WWE NXT. It That's its own thing. They haven't known if they wanted NXT to be a third brand for about 5 years now. They keep going back and forth where they want to be developmental or just a third brand
Well,
or a little bit of
Evolve
both.
is developmental at this point. Evolve is level up on crack.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's probably yeah.
Speaking of, they done sent Dante Chen down there, so
Yes, that's my dog.
we'll see what they do with him down there.
Give my man a storyline. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised he made it this far. I thought he's gonna get cut. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna get the crazy cut, but he's still
He's one
here.
of
That's my
those
guy.
people that they call when they need like a quick little squash match, which I don't like because he can wrestle. He's really good. I just don't understand why they just keep playing in that man's face. But
Hey, listen, you still got a job. I'll go out there every week and
yeah,
get
that's what I was
jobbed
just
out.
about to say. Yeah, you know.
You know, the way this company cuts people, you got to be grateful for everything because one twist and turn and you cut. They cutting niggas that matter. They don't give a fuck about Dante Chen. To be honest with you, I would want them to give a fuck, but they don't. So it is what it is. But um, that's why I was so skeptical about Evolution this entire time before Living Bianca got hurt. I'm like, if they can't book a consistent SmackDown that is exciting, how in the fuck are you going to expect them to book a
Also,
full all women's show?
I have a problem with this whole thing, right? And I know somebody gonna say, "Well, you can't compare the two." I'm about to. Osiris Griffin of Dark State, right? Sliced his finger damn near off the tip of his finger, damn near off the fucking bone, right? And continued to wrestle and be in matches with his finger dangling off every week and had to keep continuously getting it resold together every week for a solid month, right? Bianca's finger is it's jammed. I don't think it's broken. I think it was jammed. And she hasn't been on TV since April. We're going into July next week. What the fuck? And
Jam finger
I don't
hurts pretty bad.
like what they did to her in her hometown. Because she was supposed to come out with a marching band, hence why she was dressed like a fucking majorette, and they did that goddamn song. They scrapped the band right before she went out. For that, my girl could have stayed the fuck home. Because again, they don't know how to put the storyline on fucking ice and then give us a video package of everything to bring it back together. Also, I don't think that Jade's winning. I think we're going to get Io Asuka at SummerSlam, and I will be standing on my chair, possibly with my shirt off. I don't give a fuck. Give me what I want. Thank you. Because Damage Control don't fucking exist no more, so they don't have to pretend to be on the same team anymore. Thank you so much.
Or you really could just have Jade still win and then Oscar come out and still challenge Io. You could still very well do that because at this point nothing matters. And then you can get both matches. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to sacrifice one for the other. I think it's a healthy compromise if you don't want to have out because it seems like they want Jade to just have that moment. Which okay, cool. If you're just setting it up for Naomi to cash in, then just have Jade win and then have Oscar come out and then just still do the match because Io. I think that's what they tried to tell us on Raw with
That's
them
why I
talking. Like
want her to
it's a
win, because
mutual thing they
they
want.
decided to talk. If they didn't talk, I would still be on the Jade route. And then her record could say like 2 seconds. Yeah. Matter of fact, since I'm on WWE.com, let me go be petty.
It makes sense what you're saying. I just don't think they're gonna go that route at this point because they want Jade to have that crown and take the picture and oh, Queen Jade. I think they're looking at it more on like a look at
Delete
we
the
did
merch.
kind of thing, more in like an actual wrestling match. They don't seem like they care that much.
This is hilarious. So they have Drew McIntyre's his title reign, the all of 3 minutes 17 seconds. I don't know why you guys keep saying it was 5. It wasn't. On here, and it says less than 1 day. So if they want to do that with Jade too? Go ahead, just to put a name on the record, I guess. Whatever the fuck that means. Y'all got it. I'm not gonna keep fighting and fussing with y'all to do the right fucking thing. I'm just not gonna do it.
Because they always have ulterior motives with that shit, you know?
I don't give a damn.
Like, we all know what they... Yeah, sure. No, they don't give a damn. We give a damn more than they do. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they have plans for what they want to do, but their execution, as far as story-wise, it's always poor for some reason. Like, they never can just connect the dots, and that's what people don't like about Triple H. He has the moments. Sometimes he has the payoffs. Sometimes he has the great start to the storyline. But that middle part, the part that connects, it never, ever connects. And that's what makes us fall into this trap of, like, so many storylines are either not there anymore that we remember. Like, it's like he opens a whole bunch of books and never finishes them. And we're supposed to act like there's not a bunch of whole, like, open books all on the floor. We all see the open books, you know what I'm saying? But he refuses to finish the story. They're just there. And they'll continue to be there until he's like, oh shit, I forgot about that. No, it's too late now. You wrote 14 more books at this point. You know what I'm saying? The New Day story, fucked. Whatever conclusion you could have wrote to the damage control story without just saying, oh yeah, nah, they don't exist no more. The damage control has been together for years and they end like that? You don't even get a blow off match? It's like, oh yeah, fuck it. Dakota Kai gets released. Bailey's like Lyra's mom now. Fucking Asuka just came back. Kyrie just came back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I have an issue with a lot of things, right? I don't understand why the New Day insists on being a comedy act. They both have turned into male versions of Chelsea Green when she was heel. Like when she and Piper were tag team champions, they've essentially turned into that. But every time a match gets mentioned, they're gasping and having diva-like behavior. Y'all niggas were supposed to be serious heels who were disgusted by everyone because they were upset at your actions that you feel like you were justified in. Why have we gone from being serious back to comedic? Why? Why? Because if that was the case,
Triple
y'all
H,
should have just fucking stayed faces.
Triple H has no idea how to invoke black emotion in storylines. Because now we're starting to fall into the R-Truth thing where it's like, why are we doing the black people comedy gimmick thing again? Xavier was coming out in the big fur coat, and I'm like, why am I laughing at these two diabolical heels?
That was a him thing. That was a him thing. He was the player hated ball. Whoever got it got it. If you didn't, you didn't.
But that's cool. But
that was done for the
they
culture. That
went.
wasn't done for nobody else. If we're being honest,
that's cool too. Kofi and Xavier told E they do not care. Well, Kofi said it, I think. They didn't care that E broke his neck. Okay? That is one of the most diabolical things I've heard anyone say ever to another human. There should be no point in their title run where I look at them and I smile. That's just me. You cannot tell your once best friend, I don't give a damn that you broke your neck. And then a few months later, you're doing anything to make us laugh or smile or make a hashtag on Twitter. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Twitter. Fuck the memes, fuck the references. I don't give a fuck what you're trying to reference. You should be always trying to be the worst person possible. That was the greatness of the heel turn. Because these niggas were the power of positivity, and then they just turned one day. And then you had the heart of the group, and you said, fuck you in the ring. And we're thinking, oh wow, this is about to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then just week after week they unravel and unravel and unravel, but not in a good way. No. They just get more they're just it's more comedic, it's more goofy. They don't want to wrestle. That's stupid. bad enough, the Raw tag team division is nothing. There's no one there. It's American Made in the Viking Raiders and half of Judgment Day. Who gives a fuck about none of that? All of that is trash. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, oh, maybe unify the belts again. You just went do all this shit for WrestleMania 40 to separate the belts. You had a whole match at WrestleMania to separate the belts. You went through a whole hoopla to separate those belts. You made two different ones. You gonna combine them again? And niggas say, oh, let's bring back the Usos so they can fight. The Usos are their job is not to save the tag team division. Their job is to be the tag team. They don't. It's not their obligation to reunite and then save everything else. They ain't gonna save shit. They're gonna be another spoke on the wheel. All you can do is run back the New Day and the Usos. Okay, cool. Let's guess it's 2017 again. Like I would love to see another match between the two. I would love to see the Usos win the tag team championships again. You know what I'm saying? But we can't put everything on the back of them, or the Raiders, or Judgment Day, or American Made, or that's it. You know, Triple H has made an effort to just destroy tag team wrestling on his programs, and I don't know why. He's destroyed tag team wrestling. He destroyed the women's mid card, and he's working on destroying the women's main event. You know, there's too much things that are disconnecting. There's too many disconnects happening. And this tag team shit is just the newest one, unfortunately. And I don't know what they're gonna do to fix it. You know? But no, the New Day cannot. If I'm booking the New Day, they're going to be the worst possible people ever. I don't want to hear no quotables. Thank God for the New Day. I don't want to hear no shit that the crowd can chant. That's my problem with Rollins stable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why your heels get cheered and your faces get booed. Because you're not doing it right. And you would think one of the best heels of all time, Triple H, would know how to write that, but I keep forgetting he's a wrestler, not a writer. He's not a creative. He was getting created by Vince. So, you know, shit's fucked up. Shit's fucked up.
Did we ever talk about who they have listed as the last Universal Champion?
No,
You want to
I
take
don't
a
think so.
guess? You want to take a guess who it is?
The last Universal Champion. That 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 would be. Is it not Roman? 'Cause I thought after Cody beat him, last Universal Champion. Who is it?
You're right. They do have it listed as Roman Reigns. However, before they officially retired, it was called the WWE World Heavyweight Universal Championship, the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Like
Yeah.
what? So if it was still being called the Universal Championship, why isn't Cody listed as such? Because the end date here is WrestleMania 40 Night 2, but they retired the belt in January, supposedly.
Man, I felt like there was a point in time where like Cody would come out and one week they would call him Universal Champion, another week they just won it. Like it seems like they don't know about that either. I feel like there was a point in time where they just kept calling Cody like either Universal Champion or the Undisputed Heavyweight or the fucking WWE Champion, but then you know what I'm saying? That was the problem with unifying the belts in the first place, but you know, had to give Roman everything. That's the problem when you have that belt and then they started adding different words to it. Now it's the Universal Heavyweight. It used to be the Universal Champion. Then they changed the Undisputed Universal Heavyweight fucking Galaxy. Like they just adding shit.
Galaxy. All right, now, nigga.
That's what it sounds like. Every time they introduce promo, they're like they're adding another word.
I don't understand why
And I'm like,
Goldberg.
bro,
Wait, what? So why couldn't Goldberg's last match just be against Bray? Why is he coming back for one last match? His last match was April 4th, 2020.
his last match was supposed to be against Brock because he said you're last, and then that was my thought. That's what I thought, and that was a long time ago. He told Brock he was last, so in my head I'm thinking, oh, he must be last because he said it. Next thing you know, this nigga come back. Tells I want to fight Gunther for what? For
Because
what?
according to him, he never got his last match because Old Man didn't want him to have
I'm trying to figure out is it in Goldberg's contract where he has to get this match?
one. No, he's
Like,
requesting it so he can officially
yeah,
retire, as if he didn't retire in 20 in Saudi Arabia. You know.
that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, wait a minute. If he requested it, why would Triple H just decline it? Like, why would we go through all this? Plus, I don't know if there's any moves that Gunther is going to do that Goldberg can take. You know what I'm saying? If Gunther may have to like softball Goldberg that entire match. He can't chop Goldberg that hard. He gonna dissolve into dust, and God forbid he power bombs him. That's why I got so mad when people are like, "Oh, it's only last match. It only takes one match for someone to get hurt," and everyone's trying to cope and use that. Oh, it's his last match. Let it happen. That's like giving an old man his license and he want to drive to the store. Like, oh, he's just driving to the store. Next thing you know, he crashed. Don't let the old man out the house. I don't care if it's just to the store, just around the corner. Do not let him out the house. He old. He can't do much. I don't care if it's a 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute match. If Goldberg tries to lift Gunther up and his back decides to say, dun, 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 Gunther's coming down. And guess what? Someone gonna get hurt. It's Goldberg or Gunther. And then now Gunther's hurt. Now that's not good. So you got a superstar hurt, you got an old man, you got a championship, you got a private relinquish, you got a whole bunch of problems that you created from a non-canon pay-per-view match that never needed to happen. That's why everything matters. I hate when people say that shit. No, it doesn't matter. Everything fucking matters. You can say that Liv and Kyrie match didn't matter on Raw, but look how much that fucked up. And all she did was fuck her elbow up, fuck her shoulder. Now Evolution's fucked. Everything matters.
She
One
was not
second
wrong.
can be it. So why are we testing this shit? Just for Gunther to retain? And then they're going to say on Raw, Michael Cole, they did that punk ass, bitch ass interview. Michael Cole going to say, oh, what happens if you win the world championship? And Goldberg's like, oh, I don't know. I'm watching that shit like, so now you're throwing the bone out there to like dangle and say, oh, maybe he's going to win. And then what? You already got the Jey Usos fans mad because they got it in their head that Jey lost for Goldberg, which again, that makes little to no sense. But I can't say they're wrong because that's what it looks like. And if Goldberg wins, then it's really gonna look like that. You know,
Mhm.
it's too much. It's too much stuff that they're not doing the right way. And again, why is Gunther not defending a Night of Champions? He's supposed to be the ring general. Nigga had like 5 matches as world champion. He's world champion for a while. There's too many inconsistencies happening here. And if Evolution and Night of Champions and all these shows flop just off of pure quality, there's no one else to blame besides the person booking it. And then you got SummerSlam and 2 nights of SummerSlam you got it right for. You know what I'm saying? You can't just bank off of the fact that you got a whole bunch of main event matches. Okay, cool. There's other matches that need to be on this card. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think Dom's hurt. I think he just didn't want to go, or AJ didn't want to go. One of them lied. I don't think Dom hurt at all. Okay, LA Knight talking about he hurt now. I don't think they hurt. I think they decided to throw that shit. Said no, I'm not going. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know anyone who gave a damn about the Dom and AJ Styles IC championship match. I'm sorry. Dom would have just retained. Dom ain't losing that belt until Finn beats him, probably at SummerSlam. So, you feel me? It's just,
I
it's
want
too much,
wrestling to
bro.
be unpredictable again. Those are fun.
You said what?
That I want wrestling to be unpredictable again. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think as time went on, people like assumed that predictable meant bad, and it doesn't, you know. But at the same time, unpredictability is the best thing because you're watching the show and you can't even like that's the excitement of it. It's like watching real sports, you know. You never know who's gonna make the next shot, who's gonna score a touchdown, who's gonna hit a home run. You never know. It's not, you know. That's why WWE's supposed to be that one niche thing that like maybe it's predictable, but you have a story here and you're okay with it. You're okay with knowing that Undertaker isn't going to lose, most likely. You're okay with knowing that Cena's going to win a 17th championship. You're okay with Roman winning over and over and over again. You're okay with that because there's a story, there's a reason. Now with Triple H, right, there's very little story that gives reason to the things that he's doing. So you have no story, you have no climax, you have no payoff, you don't have anything. You just have moment here, moment there, and just this like splattered everywhere. And there's no way to connect everything. So you're not giving people enough time to fully gravitate towards it. That's why it's a very hard time that's why they're having such a hard time with like building new stars. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
There's too many people on this roster. Well, you know what? Let me ask you this. What is your opinion currently of the Seth Rollins stable?
I feel like something's missing. One, a name. Two, another person.
Apparently, they're going to name them the Oracle,
Yeah, I saw that.
which I mean, okay, I would have just called them niggas Division. I thought that would have been easy, but I'm not calling them niggas the Oracle. That's like okay, cool, you know. But I mean, they have Braun Breaker, who to me is a WrestleMania main eventer waiting to happen. He very rarely does anything wrong as far as like being a professional wrestler. He is a WrestleMania main event waiting to happen. Why have you turned him into Barkman? I watched that segment. I forget who it was, but Paul had to hold this grown man back because he started barking like a dog when he sees the mailman. I was like, that they're trying to yeet him. They're trying to yeet him. That's what Triple H does. He sees something that the superstars are like good at, or have a catchphrase, or is funny, and they just hammer it over the head. Now Braun barks at everyone and doesn't use his words. Meanwhile, we've seen this nigga cut promos on NXT anime roster, and he's good at it. You're ruining the legacy of Paul Heyman because he's not doing shit. There's no one can tell me Paul Heyman is positively affecting this group. What is Paul Heyman doing for these things? He went from special counsel to wise man to advocate, all these great moments, and now he's here, the oracle of Seth Rollins. The fuck? And then Bronson Reed is just there. They're not even doing anything. And Rollins went out there and cut the most rinky dink ass promo on Raw, just saying the same shit over and over and over again. And I'm like, bro, y'all don't got nothing for these. You got nothing. I watched Obafemi on NXT cut a 3-minute promo that was better than Rollins going out there talking for 10 minutes. How is that possible? How is Obafemi being presented more as a threat? Well, I understand he's world champion, but you have Seth Rollins, who's a bona fide Hall of Famer with the Money in the Bank briefcase in this major fake ass bloodline story stable, and he can't cut a promo that makes any damn sense to like where it's supposed to go. The Oracle, oh, we're trying to get the world championship again. That's even fucked up. Because if Rollins cashes in the briefcase and becomes world champion, what the fuck do Braun and Bronson do? Sit there? Now you made them henchmen, not our J&J security? But then they're gonna try to tell, oh, now Braun wants the belt. Now Bronson wants the belt. This shit is terrible. I don't want them to add Ethan Page to this shit. For what? What's he gonna do? Just be there too? The crowd don't give a damn about Ethan Page. The main roster crowd don't. He's gonna be a body. Because Triple H now has to get Ethan Page over, and he's not gonna do a good job of that. Because Ethan Page is a heel, and you can't get a heel over without doing a certain thing, but he can't do that because Triple H doesn't know how. So he's gonna be another body. Ethan Page ain't gonna fix nothing. You're gonna fuck up Ethan Page. He just stay his ass where he at. That's why they fucked him up in AEW, because they put him in a go nowhere stable with fucking the Hardy family office. Can't put niggas in stables that don't need the stable. Ethan Page doesn't need that. Ricky Starks doesn't need that.
Hold on. Fuck the Fed talk right now. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in the MLW tonight, but I'm looking at a picture of MJF. I seen something that, if I'm not mistaken, something about Forbidden Door. Okay, I'm not bugging. That was indeed Sin Cara. Okay.
Oh, my nigga, I love that guy.
Shotzi's arm is broken thanks to Matt Cardona. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But
Shotzi's arm is broken?
yeah, he ran her over with the tank, and yeah, but she says she's still gonna wrestle. So, that's the thing that's going on. But the MLW is doing things. I'm gonna click on their Twitter account because I've had an interest in MLW for a while. The only thing is, I personally was not going to New York on a fucking Thursday for a wrestling show. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it. Dijak and Baron Corbin are tag team champions. Now, whatever's going on is still happening, or maybe it's over. Matt Riddle is still MLW champion. I'm really trying to figure out why MJF just popped up. I want to know what the fuck that was. Their tag team name is the Skyscrapers. That's fucking awesome. I like that. Cause they're both fucking huge. Get it? That's better than the what the fuck was Baron Corbin and Braun's tag team name? The Wolf Dogs. I like the Skyscrapers better. That's
Wolf Dogs. I like the Wolf Dogs.
No. Oh, their sound. Guys, if y'all heard that, no, you didn't.
They got MJF locked in like this unmasked Sin Cara with Mistico storyline, so I guess that's why he should have been MLW.
Yeah.
I thought the storyline was like done, but I guess not. So
no.
Cool, I guess. Like,
this card was kind of cool though. I like their graphics. Everybody should hit up their graphic team. That would be great. Yeah. I don't know what else to say other than they're doing some shit, but I keep hearing I'm seeing stuff that say Forbidden Doors. So if that's what y'all gonna do this year for Forbidden Door, I'm not against it.
I need All In to end with Hangman winning that world championship, or
it's not going to. It's going to end with Darby Allin coming back off the mountain. Oh, sorry.
It probably won't. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine a scenario where Mox doesn't win by Hangman. We're losing soldiers, and Hangman's like one of our last like 3.
Why? Okay, hold on. Pause. That makes no sense. Why are they talking about Forbidden Door if they're doing Forbidden Door in London in August? That's the night after
I
the
don't
Chris
know.
Brown concert. I ain't gonna have no energy to watch no damn wrestling now. Yeah, but I'm gonna be in full recuperation with a liquid IV of some fucking sort. Just saying.
Well, all right.
All right. Well, yeah, the Fed talk was giving me a fucking headache because I don't know what WWE is doing currently. Um, it just
Spiraling.
it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it, and I don't think it's meant for me to get. So it is what it is. Oh, that's not my password anymore. Cool. Um,
You saw Roman got a new movie part?
I don't give a damn about him being. What is that? Street Fighter?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Don't
Street Fighter, yeah.
don't give a damn about Big Joe being in that movie. Cause why is Street Fighter getting a movie?
That's what I'm saying. I thought they were making another game. Like that's cool. Because the games are great. I'm not watching a Street Fighter movie. That's like you saw the Dragon Ball Z movie? That shit was ass.
No,
This shit was like sky high with like anime sprinkles on it with less good plot.
you
This shit
want
was
wait, hold
bad.
on. You want me to give a shit about Roman Reigns and 50 Cent being in the Street Fighter movie?
First of all, that sounds hilarious. I didn't know
Okay,
50 Cent was going to be in it too.
okay. Jason
I might
Momoa.
go see that movie now.
First of all, Jason Momoa and goddamn Roman Reigns is the same fucking person. So that's too much. We're doing too much.
That's the face off I want. That's the Saudi Arabian match
Andrew
right there.
Schultz.
Roman
Yeah,
Reigns
no, throw the
versus.
movie out. Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it
Oh,
out. Throw it out.
never
Throw it
mind. Don't
out.
want to
Throw
see
it
it no
out.
more.
Throw it
Nope,
out.
that
Throw it
ruined
out.
it.
No,
That ruined
I'm
it.
good.
Who are
I'm
they?
getting out.
What kind of cast is this?
This is getting
It's a
out of
fucking ass
hand. I've
cast.
had enough.
What cast is this? Oh my god, it's horrendous. He just ruined it for me. He just ruined the entire movie for me. That hearing
WWE
that name just fucked
superstar
me up.
Roman Reigns has reportedly confirmed Thursday as a cast member of the upcoming Street Fighter movie. He's gonna play Akuma. Um, Joining Reigns in the cast is rapper 50 Cent, country singer Orville Peck, Jason Momoa, Kevin Koji, more randoms. Let's go look at this Andrew Schultz shit because I feel like Roman has something to do with this. This was reported 4 hours ago, actually. Deadline, please get this out of my face. I don't care about your ads. I'm not allowing ads on my browser. Move. Can't read it. Oh well, but his picture's sitting up there and he looks stupid. Saraya, Naomi, and Natalia have all been talking about making a joint OnlyFans account together. Natalia wants to manage the page and get a percentage, and then Naomi and Saraya want to create content for the page. If we're bringing back Total Divas on OF, just say that.
Oh my god.
That would be great. Ghetto production, cell phone, footage, and I'll be the editor.
I will pay.
I'm just lending
I will pay.
my expertise for that.
Is what I'm saying. I will pay. I will pay. I will pay.
Wow.
They want to bring that damn show back because they I don't even know if they want to even say the name the damn wow I can't talk the name divas on television anymore.
Well, they ended the Divas division on Total Divas. So
Yeah.
Stephanie came and she
They have
said,
to
"You
call that
guys are."
shit Total Women or some shit.
She said, "You guys will no longer be referred to as divas. You will be referred to as superstars." So it is what it is.
Total Superstars.
What the whoa, TNA, hey, how y'all doing? Tag match. You want to hear it for Slammiversary?
Oh no.
The
What
Rascals
happened?
versus the Nemeths versus the Hardys versus First Class in a tag team championship ladder match. Yay.
Hmm.
I wonder where the seats are
Kind
going
of
to be.
crazy.
Oh, can we make that announcement now?
I mean, yeah.
Well, guys, myself and Mr. Not Famous will be attending TNA's Slammiversary
Yeah.
as media. A while ago, I filled out a form on the page and they emailed us back and they were like, "You guys will be getting these 2 tickets. Your tickets will be at will call. Just have your ID. The tickets are under my name and we're going to have a grand old time that night." I don't think they do pressers. So I wonder what they're going to, do as far as like media goes. Maybe we just going to have like really good seating, which I
They don't
think
do
is cool.
pressers?
I'm not that I know of. I don't think they do post shows.
I
I would have to check it
thought
out.
they did.
But yeah. And the Hardys went to the Breakfast Club. That interview should be dropping at some point this week. They also threw the first pitch at the Mets game today. A lot of people from TNA threw pitches at the Mets game. I don't know what that was about, but they're working and they're working hard. So yeah, that was our announcement. We've been holding on for that for like 2-3 months.
Yeah, a little bit.
So.
That shit's crazy. That's gonna be should be a fun night. Should be a fun night indeed. I think this is my first time being able to see a lot of superstars, especially the greatest of all time, Jeff Hardy. So I mean, this should be fun. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Hopefully we get a good show out of it.
I'm really upset though because I thought they were gonna at least have Mike Santana take the belt off of Trick. We're getting Hendry versus Trick at Slammiversary.
Yeah,
That's
that's.
annoying. Because what was the
I
point
think he
in
has a
that
match though.
miniature feud?
I think he has a match against someone. Is it Moose? I don't know. He has a match against
How
somebody.
unfortunate. Being
I
stuck in
can't.
that
I can't think of
vortex.
who the match is.
I know this
That shit is
past
against.
week.
He has a match against somebody.
He had a match against Mr. AJ Francis. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't. I would hope he won. I didn't see it.
custom Trick William shirt coming. It's coming. It's coming.
You said what?
That a customized TNA Trick William shirt is coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's gonna be a one of
Oh,
one. I'm
okay.
not selling that motherfucker.
Damn.
Sorry, not sorry. Oh, let's read the card for SmackDown for tomorrow. Let's go back to the Fed really
Oh boy.
super fast. Just as fast as I can open the tab, as fast as I can fucking close it if I didn't figure out what window it's on. Let's see. SmackDown will be airing at 1 p.m. on Netflix if you live overseas and or if you got a VPN. We'll have fun with that. I'll probably try and catch up and watch some of it before I go to work, but it is what it is. So, John Cena returns to SmackDown before battling CM Punk at Night of Champions. We have last women's standing match, Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's title. You have the Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six in a tag team match. I don't know why all of the Wyatt Six is on the poster, but okay. We have Zelina Vega versus Julia in a U.S. women's title match. And that's it for right now that has been announced. So it's a lot of women on this card, which is ironic as fuck, Triple H, but whatever, bro. You got it.
We're gonna see what's up with him because his nut ass is just ugh. But we got a lot of good wrestling shows like being presented to us. It's just if they had better story, I think we'll be in a much better spot with like all these shows. But um, yeah, it's just it's unfortunate, but it's fortunate at the same time because we are getting a lot of premium shows, but we're not getting premium storytelling, which is like the double-edged sword about it, you know. But all we can do now is hope the shows are good, you know, and hope that Triple H at some point smartens up. But I can't say I even have any faith in him, to be honest with you. And Tony Khan too. You know, TNA, you're my last hope right now. TNA is my last hope right now as far as putting on an exciting show. And Slammiversary is looking like it's going to be that show. So I just hope it is. That's all I could do. Hope, you know.
I'm excited. It's my first TNA show. And
If you would have told me,
I was planning to go like this entire time to go to TNA this entire time. And then when they hit us right before I was about to like buy my ticket, they hit us with the email and was like, yo, pull up. So what if I would have told you what?
if you would have told 11-year-old me that I was going to a TNA show, I wouldn't believe you. Especially as like when I watched like TNA die the first time, I would laugh in your face. So that's gonna be like a weird thing for me. Obviously, it's not the way it used to be, but still being able to go to a TNA crowd after going to every wrestling promotion besides W and AEW, but going to those shows and then like never thinking that there was a chance to go to a TNA show. This is gonna be a crazy moment just for healing the child in my heart. You know, healing the child part of myself. Because that's why part of it is like I don't even care how bad the show is or how good the show is, but I do, you know. But especially us being like part of like media for that shit, it's very no one could ever tell me that this was gonna happen. So I'm very very grateful, very blessed, and I'm super excited for that show. I'm
I
kind of more excited for SummerSlam at this current moment.
and I'm really really happy that TNA is very easy to work with. They send out emails with opportunities all the time. Um, they they're very quick with their responses if like we ever need to like reach out to them for anything. Where we've been denied a few times for AEW. WWE's inbox is so fucking full. I don't think they'll ever see us unless we go like super viral or some shit. So being able to work with TNA, and their roster having some of the most amazing talent I've seen every time I get the chance to catch a TNA show, it's pretty dope. And also to be able to witness a WWE superstar holding a TNA belt versus a TNA superstar is fucking insane. Like, that's historical. And to be a part of that moment is going to be fire. I don't know, Joe.
Yeah,
I have to put them boots on, my guy.
you know. See that's like the great thing about it, you know. And it's like TNA has been through a lot, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they are like able to do groundbreaking stuff still, regardless how you feel about Joe Hendry and WrestleMania and Trick being champion and all this shit, they're still able to be extremely relevant. And they are still in a partnership with the biggest company in the world. So, you know, that also helps, you know. But I'm very excited just for this show, and I really do hope TNA finds a way to get back on the TV program because we need more wrestling shows on TV. There's a whole bunch of wrestling promotions. Mercedes Moné is the women's champion of most of them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but they need to be on TV because we need more than Fox and USA and Netflix and TNT and CBS. We need more than that. We should be able to have more. Besides just having this AEW versus WWE talk all day, there should be someone who's coming in there and just saying, no, we have something here, and then someone else, and then someone else. It has to keep growing. We have to keep building wrestling as a whole, mainstream and indie, so it all can be bigger. But TNA, I'm happy TNA is fighting back for the first time in a very long time. And quality wise, they may be putting on the best shows bell to bell. You know, even though they won't get the high claim as a Triple H or Tony Khan, they're still finding a way. Even though I don't like the way they went about certain things, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things, management wise, um, they're still afloat. They're still afloat and they're still putting on quality programming. And I'm very excited to see what they have in store for Summerversary. I really am.
No, guess that's it for us. Spotify did a really cool thing with last week's episode, so hopefully it does it with this week's episode as well. It split everything up into chapters so you guys can skip around and see the topics that we're talking about. There was also captions, and it captured something Laf said last week, and I thought that shit was hilarious, so I posted it on all of our socials.
That was ridiculous.
You a IWC Marquez bitch. It's fucking
I was like, why did you
hilarious.
quote that one? I was screaming.
It
Why
had
did you find that quote?
but the thing is, it had the entire podcast was transcribed. So when I was listening to it, I happened to look over at my phone and I was like, why are there words on the screen? So I hit the share button to go share the pod to our Instagram for the podcast. And it gave me the portion I was listening to, like in an image. And I said, you know what? That's funny. I'm going to use that instead. Shit was great.
That shit is pretty cool though. I don't know if any other apps are doing that, but hey, other apps, Spotify whooping your ass right now. Get up. They're kicking your ass with that one. That's a nice feature right there. You know what I'm saying? Tough out here.
But yep, guys, that's going to be it for us this week. I am going to end the show since the young man started the show. Don't forget to follow us on all social medias at Wrasslin Room Pod or the Wrasslin Room Podcast. It's not that hard to find us. Even Google has an AI overview for the podcast. Did you know that?
I did.
Have you read
Made me
it?
feel important.
Did you read it though? It's kind of cool.
I think I did. What, did I? I can't remember.
It's pretty fucking cool.
I remember seeing it though, but I don't know if I read it all the way through. I can't remember if I did.
Oh my. I'm going to read this. It says the Wrasslin Room podcast is hosted by Laf Not Famous and Lysha Maurice that offers a blend of comedy and insightful and analysis of the world of professional wrestling. They cover the latest wrestling news, classic moments, and behind-the-scenes stories from the squared circle. The podcast features lively discussions, bold opinions, and plans to include interviews with notable wrestling figures in the future. Then it says key aspects of the Wrasslin Room: hosts My Name, Your Name. It says content discuss a wide range of wrestling topics, including TNA, AEW, WWE, NXT, and specific events like WrestleMania or Double or Nothing. Styles, it says blends comedies with thoughtful analysis, offering a unique and engaging perspective on wrestling. It says availability on all platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And it says the most recent episode, and it gives a synopsis of last week's episode. So it says recent episodes have covered topics such as Cedric Alexander joining TNA, AEW Grand Slam Mexico, and the frustrations of the Money in the Bank qualifying matches, and recaps of major events like AEW Double or Nothing. In summary, The Wrasslin Room is a podcast for wrestling fans who enjoy humor, strong opinions, and in-depth conversations about the world of professional wrestling.
That's fucking awesome.
So yeah, Google me, bitch.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I want to include this in like emails and stuff. I'm gonna start sending out emails again. But yes, that's when you
We got synopsis.
when you look us up on Google and stuff like that. Those are the types of things that pop up. I also need to do something about us owning the name, because there's another podcast out there called The Wrasslin Room, and I don't like that. That's too close. So
They want beef?
We're gonna have to snatch that up and make sure that we don't get confused with other podcasts, because this one has been around much longer, I'm sure.
I don't think want no problem.
So yeah, guys, all platforms we are on. That's what I got on Google for to begin with. Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky. Those are all places where you can find us. Oh, also TikTok. We have our own individual TikTok pages. I don't really upload videos much anymore on a weekly basis. I do more of PLE content, but I'm probably going to start uploading regularly again. It's just that TikTok ban fucked everything. It was just like, I don't want to create content and then y'all gonna try and snatch my shit again. Oh, we are also on iHeartRadio podcasts, so y'all go ahead and y'all have fun with that. I am Naomi's boho braids in Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure his name is just Laf Not Famous, and we will talk to you guys
Yeah.
on the next episode of The Wrasslin Room. Goodbye.